Hello fellow Sudokans and welcome to Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle for Monday the 7th of March 2022. It's a new working week here. It's Monday morning. The office building outside is queuing up for their workers to go inside. How about you? Have you started work yet? Do you have to work? If you don't, congratulations. Okay, I've had a horrible night's sleep. I think the constant news that I can't avoid because it's just you have to be aware of what's going on, is so depressing and saddening and sickening. Hearing tales of the poor people. Nothing to do with monetary value. I mean poor, desperate people running from their destroyed houses, their homes, and fleeing with them, taking with them their whatever possessions they can carry. It's just so depressing and terrible. War is so awful. It's the people who suffer, never the leaders, always the people. And that includes people in Russia as well, of course, who really can't, even if they disagree with what's going on, it's very difficult for them to oppose the situation. So lots of ordinary people suffer. Anyway, they have my immense sympathy. Let's get on with today's Guardian. Now, you are probably new to the channel, or maybe you've been here before, but your skills are not at the expert level, because today, Monday, is always beginner day in the Guardian, and that's lovely. It gives us a chance to go right back to basics. So if you've never played Sudoku before, don't worry, you are welcome here. And if you've played before and not got very far, well, welcome to you as well. And if you just happen to like playing the easy games, some people don't want to play games that are more difficult than the easy games. We should always remember that. Those people who are experts on this channel love to talk about difficult techniques and stuff like that, which I enjoy too, but let's forget, some people simply don't want to do that. So welcome to everybody this morning. So since we may have some absolute beginners here, I shall explain the rules very quickly, but it's really only one rule, just repeated in a few different ways. So the rule is we insert the numbers 1 to 9, but it's not about numbers. It's nothing to do with maths or counting. The numbers are just placeholders for logic tokens, which sounds a bit confusing, but what I mean is it's a game of logic, not a game of maths. And now you can see that this grid contains columns and rows, and then these outline sections we refer to as blocks. So what is the rule? The rule is we put 1 to 9 in each column, each row, and each of these outlined blocks. Ooh, I forgot to turn off my telephone, excuse me. It's whistling at me. I should get it to change and get it to wolf whistle me in a kind of sexy way. That would be better than the standard Apple notification, shouldn't I? It might sound better. Right. Okay, so the thing to remember is, because there are only 9 squares in each column, row, and block, the number can fit only once. And that's the idea. That's the thing that will enable us to solve this puzzle. So shall we go about solving it then? Okay, so let's look at this block down here. Right, now you can see that we have 6, 4, 7, and 5 already, and the other numbers from 1 to 9 we have to fit in there. Now let's take the digit 9. Now if you look up here, you'll see a 9 in this column already. Now 9, oh, excuse the plaster, by the way, I just had a fight with my cat, a pretend fight with my cat. Not a fight actually, but when I finished these Sudokus, I screw them up into a ball and play football with my cat, and he likes to defend sometimes. If I get close to picking up the ball, if I get close to taking the ball away from him, he'll defend. Right, 9 is in this column already. So 9 can't reappear in this column. So 9 can't be in either of these 2 squares here. 9 is in this column already as well, so 9 can't appear in these 2 squares here. So we have a kind of blocking thing here. 9 blocks these 2 squares, and this 9 blocks these 2 squares from ever becoming a 9. And guess what? There's only one other empty square. So we now know that 9 must be in that square, because all other squares are forbidden to it. And that's how we play the game. Excuse me. So, excuse me. So this 9 blocks across this row. Now the 9 that we just put in here now makes it a bit easier, because now we have this 9 blocking these 3 squares over here. We have this 9 stopping this square from being a 9, and we have a 9 up here stopping this square. Kind of, again, let's see this blocking pattern across here, and down here. So I'm going to use the term blocking. That's my way of speaking about what's happening during this game. Now we have a 9 blocking across here like this, a 9 blocking across here. So these 2 squares are out, this square is out, and up here we have a 9 blocking this square. So in this center block here, we know that 9 has to fit there. And that's actually it for 9s, because now we have a 9 in every one of our blocks, our 9 square segments, our mini grids, if you like. And so there are no more 9s to get, so we don't have to worry about the digit 9 anymore. We can conveniently forget about it. Let's take another number. Let's take this 7. 7 blocks across this row here, do you see? So no 7s can appear in these 2 squares. Now what do you think I do next? I look at this 7 and say that it blocks across these 2 squares as well. So we've got this blocking pattern across here and across here, and I think you can already surmise what that means. Yes, it means that 7 must appear in that square there. Got the idea now? Okay, so what we do is we go around the grid looking for similar opportunities. Places where we can find such patterns, and the more you play, the more different, the wider the variety of techniques that you can use. There are a few basic techniques that we need to use, and then when you get to the more advanced levels, you can learn more advanced techniques. Excuse me. If you're new to the channel, I did have COVID for a while, and quite a long while actually, but it's left me with a cough that I still can't quite shake off yet, although I do seem to be getting a bit better. Okay, this 6 blocks up here and this 6 blocks down here, so this square and these 2 squares can't be 6, so now we know that 6 must be in that square there. And by the way, I don't play these games before starting the video, so I don't know the actual solution yet. I'm in the dark, just as you are if you haven't played it yet. This row doesn't yet have a 5. We've got lots of other numbers. 1, 2. Is there a 3? No. 4. Is there a 5? No. 6, 7, 8, 9. So the missing numbers are 3 and 5, and they are what need to appear in this row to complete this row from 1 to 9. Now if you look down here, what do you find? You find a 5. And what does it mean? It means that this cannot be a 5 because we can't have a 5 in this column. So we know that the 5 goes there, and the other remaining number was a 3 that we needed to complete the row. Okay. There's 2 blocks across here now and 2 blocks down here, so a 2 will fit here. By the way, you'll notice I'm not stuck in one place. I'm moving around the grid, which is a really important thing for learners to understand. That you can't just get stuck in one place. That's not a good idea. It won't. You won't be able to solve the game if you just look in one location only. You need to look around the grid for different things. Okay, what comes next? Oh, excuse me, sorry. I wish I could get rid of this cough. It's very, very annoying. Oh, well, I'm not quite with it this morning. I told you I didn't get much sleep last night. I think I'm My lack of sleep is affecting what I can see here, because this is an easy level game and I should have seen a lot more by now, but that's okay. It's not about speeding through, it's about just finding the digits and the pleasure that you get from actually finding the numbers. That's what I believe firmly about this game anyway. But right now I'm having difficulty seeing stuff because, as I said, I don't play these games ahead of time. I don't practice or anything like that before switching on the camera. No, that's very weird. By the way, last week they on Monday they put up what was supposedly, they said, an expert level puzzle. It actually turned out to be an easy level, but they do mix up their Sudoku puzzles. So just in case this turns out to be something not an easy level, you better dig yourself in just in case. Oh, what is going on here? Okay, I see the next way forward. Sometimes you get stuck like that for a long time and then we find something and it's a good breakthrough. Now let's have a look at this column down here. And my question to you is, can you see a 5 anywhere in this column? And if you can, I would suspect you are not being truthful, because, or your eyes are bad, even worse than mine, because there is no 5 in this column. So let's have a look and see where a 5 can go. Now, the top square here, are there any restrictions on 5? Well, it's a very empty line, isn't it? We only have 1 9 interfering here, so a 5 could go here, yeah. How about this square here? Can a 5 go here? No, because there's one pretty close by there. So we can say this can't be 5. How about this square here? Oh, immediately you can see there's a 5 adjacent, so that means this can't be 5. And how about the bottom square? Oh, look, there's only a 9 or a 5 here, so this 5 means that can't be 5. So we know that 5 has to be in the top square up there, like that. And now that we know that, we will use that digit to say that it blocks across this row, and 5 blocks across this row, and 5 blocks up here. So now we know that 5 is in that square. And you can see how we help our cause as we go along. You know, each digit that we place makes our options slimmer. Right, let's see what else we need. Still, this is very tough for a beginner's game. If you've tried it yourself already and got stuck, well, actually, you know, if you're an absolute beginner, I could see why you might get stuck. As I said, it's taking me quite a long time already. Okay, now, another digit that's missing from this column is a 4. Okay, so we ask ourselves, can a 4 go here? And there's nothing indicating that it can't, so it's a possibility. And then we ask ourselves, how about this square here? And we say there's an adjacent 4, so no. What about this square here? Answer, no. Because remember, a number can appear only once in its block, so this 4 stops not only this square, but also this square from becoming a 4. So with those two out of the picture, we know that the 4 must appear just there. So the missing numbers down here are 1 and 7. That's what we don't have. There's no 1. We've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No 7, 8, and 9. So we have 2 empty squares left. So what do? Remember, our missing numbers are 1 and 7. Can you see it? Great, well done. So yes, this 7 means that that can't be a 7. 7 appears here, and 1 appears in that square there. Now, here's a nice little Sudoku trick that you can learn. There are 3 empty squares. Let's see what's missing. I can tell you they are 2, 3, and 8. We got a 1, there's no 2, there's no 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there's no 8. So 2, 3, and 8 are missing. And I want you to look at this square at the end here. And what do you see? Well, okay, you can see an 8 blocking this square, and you can see a 2 blocking the same square. So if there are 3 empty squares, and we know that they contain 2, 3, and 8, and it can't be 8 and it can't be 2, well, it must be 3, because logically there's nothing left, right, to finish this row. So we know that a 3 must be in that square. Now this 3 blocks up these 2 squares, and therefore 3 must be in that square there. Now here's another thing that you have to learn about playing Sudoku. Well, you should learn. The missing numbers here are 5 and 6. Okay. Now, can we tell which is 5 and which is 6 by looking across? Answer: no, we don't know. But we do know that 5 and 6 are in these 2 squares. So if a 6 appears here, it will block down this column. And if a 6 appears here, it will block down this column. Doesn't matter. 5 and 6 are blocking down this column, right? So this square cannot be a 6. Now we've got this 6 here blocking down this column here, and we've got this 6 here blocking here. So again, we've just got one remaining square where the 6 can go. Got it? The eventual 6 that will appear here or here blocks down here. This 6 blocks down here, and this 6 blocks that square there. Okay, well done. Now, we don't have a 4 in this column, but this 4 stops this from becoming a 4, and this 4 stops this from becoming a 4. So 4 must be in that square there. The missing numbers in this column are 7 and 8. I'll save you a bit of time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No 7, no 8. We've got 9. Right. Can you see? Can you see? Yes, you can. Well done. This can't be 8, can it? So 8 must fit there, and 7 must be in that square there. Okay. Right, now we've done quite a lot, haven't we? Made good progress. This 4 blocks down this column here, and there is only one other square, which is that one there. So we know that the 4 is placed there. Okay, this is actually really tough for a beginner level game, or an easy level game from the Guardian. I think so anyway. More difficult than usual. Doesn't mean I'm worried that I won't be able to solve it or anything, but I would say that it is more difficult than we usually get on a Monday. Perhaps that bodes something for the week. I'm not sure. Right, let's see what else we need then. This 5 blocks across here, so just one other empty square. The 5 goes there. Now this 5 blocks up here, so 5 is the only possibility there. And now this 5, remember we had, do you remember 5 and 6 in these 2 squares? Doesn't matter if you don't, you can always work it out again. 5 blocks here, so 5 is there, and 6 goes here. I don't have a good memory myself. I often forget what, I work out what the possibilities are, and then I tend to forget, but it doesn't matter because you can just look at them again and use your logic to understand. Now, the missing numbers here are 1 and 8. Okay, so we've got an 8 blocking here, so the 8 goes there, and the 1 is the last number that we need here. Now this 1 blocks across there, and so we know that 1 fits in that square there. We're all, making good progress. You can see lots of blue against our black now. The missing numbers in this column are 3 and 6. We got 1, 2, there's no 3, 4, 5, no 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3 and 6 have to fit in the remaining 2 squares, which are these 2 here. Can you see? Can you see? Yes, of course you can. This 6 means that can't be 6. So 6 is there. And our 3 goes there. And let's take that. Actually, we don't need about 3. 3 blocks up here. And so we know that 3 fits into that square there. Our missing numbers up here are 1 and 7, but we don't know which is which yet. We still don't know, so we can't fill in this just yet. We have to leave it and come back and look for something else. Let's look down here. This 6 stops this square from becoming a 6. So 6 goes here, and the only number that we need for this excuse me, this block or this row, it's the same thing. It's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's the same, right? And that's the point about this game. There is only one solution anyway. 4 blocks up here, 4 blocks this square here. So we can place a 4 there. We've done a lot of the game now, not too much more to go. This row is lacking a 1 and a 7. We don't yet have 1 or 7 in this row. Do you see anything? I'll give you quick. Okay, well done. 7 blocks that square there, so 7 is there and 1 is there. Okay, not too much more to go now, is there? This 8 blocks these 2 squares, so 8 goes there. This 8 stops this from becoming an 8. We still need an 8 for this block, so we know that the 8 goes there, and the 1 is the last number that we need there. Now this 1 blocks across here. The missing numbers here are 1 and 7. We did actually say that before, you may have forgotten, but 1 blocks across here, so 1 is there and 7 is in that square. 7 stops this from becoming a 7. 7 goes there. The last number that we need either for this block or this row is a 2. Okay. Now look down here, we've got 2 empty squares all the way down, so we can just work out the missing numbers by following the columns down and counting through the missing numbers. I'll tell you, we have a 2 blocking this square here though, so I know that the 2 must be here, and the other missing number here is a 3, so I didn't need to count through. It's actually much quicker to find it in a different way. 3 blocks down here, 3 blocks this square here, so 3 goes there. We have 1 number missing from this column. The missing number is 8, so let's put that in. Now we have 1 number missing across here. The missing number is 1. When we start counting, we can't find a 1. 1 across here, that means that's a 1. The last number here is a 2 for this block. That means this can't be 2, so 2 goes here. And to finish today's beginner level Guardian puzzle is the digit 8. Now, if you're playing on pen and paper, by the way, I recommend, if you're a newcomer to Sudoku, try your games on pen and paper. The computer is very convenient and excellent, but it's really good to do them on pen and paper, or pencil and paper, I should say, if you can. If you have, get an eraser with you, a rubber, as we call them in England, although I know in America they don't call them that. You might find you can correct your mistakes. Although, to be honest with you, if you make a serious mistake, it's best to start again. But when you get to the end, if you're playing with pen and paper or pencil and paper, make sure you check your work and make sure you haven't put in any doubles by mistake, because it can easily happen. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much. There are plenty of other easy level games on this channel for you to practice with. Go to the playlist and click on easy or beginners and you'll see hundreds of them. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.